All right, so this is building off the previous video where we calculated the cash to seller, cash to agent. It's just more so a total amount that we can give at closing. It doesn't include any closing costs or TC. So building off the same example, we're going to change a couple numbers around and pretend that they have a lot more equity. So the previous example is this upper part. The cash flowed $500 a month. Let's say it was a lower equity. It didn't have as much. We just plug and play. I could show you the formulas and stuff, but essentially it's calculating cash on cash, like how much this 40K yields after a year. So part two, though, pretend that they do have a lot of equity and we need to finance some of that equity. The first way you can do it, like pretend they had 100K in equity. First way you could do it, you could still stick with this and just have a silent second. So you gave them, pretend it was like 30 to the seller, 10 to the agent. And if they had 100K in equity, they still have 70 left. You could do a silent second where there's a balloon and maybe seven years, no payments on it. The way we've negotiated those, we'll give an elevated purchase price, like slightly above market to justify it. But let's say they're not okay with that and they want monthly payments. So in this example, then we're calling it a hybrid. So the PITIs all still the same as above, but now they want $200 a month towards their equity. So now it only cash flows $300. As you can see, with the smaller cash flow, it does influence how much cash we can give at closing now. Like it does drop noticeably because we do need the 15% cash on cash. So I do blend a wholesale and keeping properties, but if you're wholesaling the 15%, and then it gives you room to add the wholesale fee, and then by the time the buyer takes it, you're at 10%. I do prefer to keep properties though, so if you are keeping it, it's completely up to you, obviously, how much cash you're giving to the agent and seller. So circling back though, if there's 70K still left of equity in this example, you're only giving them 300 a month. That's going to take a long time, obviously, to pay off. So a lot of the times, our best case scenario is there's no monthly payments and we're just giving them more cash at close. If you deviate too far though from the 10% entry, some investors don't like that. So sometimes we have to make this hybrid calculation. So 200 a month, cash flow is only 300 now. And then it obviously take forever to pay off 70K. So typically we'll do a 7-year balloon is the minimum, ideally 10 years. And it just gives enough time for principal pay down on the mortgage, lets the property appreciate in value, and then ultimately you can refinance and pay off the remaining equity. So anyone that wants this calculator, just let me know. Easiest way to get a hold of me is through Instagram. So yeah, I'll be giving more examples. If you want to see certain things also, just let me know and I'm happy to share.